Well, hello there, and welcome back. Tonight is the night I was waiting for. It's me, Wizelix, and here we are to play games during Halloween. Well, today we'll be playing a game that I already talked about actually. A game that I thought might have this update earlier, but actually released only a few days ago. I'm obviously talking about Slay the Princess. They will try this new version of the game with this new DLC. Let's see what we'll have for this beautiful night. So, during those next days, I'll be playing games related to Halloween. Each one of them will be different. There will be 3 different live streams of roughly 3 hours each on 3 games. Of course, we'll have some fun, right? It will be pretty fun. So, let's see. Slay the Princess, the Pristine cut. Well, I actually checked the game before, just to see if it actually kept something from my last games, my last saves. And we can see that there is something. But at the same time, well, not really. So, I guess we should just make a new game to see what this new DLC have to offer. We can't see her face like that. Or is it her face? Boo boo boo. Serious. Chapter 1: The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, what's new? Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Same thing? The run and leave suddenly continue to the cabin. You know, that's a love story. But today, and only for today, we will do exactly what the narrator wants, at least for this first game. Alright? Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. I just forgot something. Pretty dumb. Okay. This will be for later.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Thank you, narrator. I wonder what kind of princess I'll have today.
A warning before you go any further.
Tell me. What will happen? Will it end the world?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Okay, don't believe her. I get it.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, there's already another voice. Forgot about this already.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Alright, then I take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Alright. I'll save the world.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Good voice? No.
Who's
Paul.
there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
They're checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
Yes, sir.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Yes? What? No way. What would you even think about that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
Really?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
No.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
And now we'll get close enough. You'll see.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured.
Okay, that's the first time.
Holy shit, that hurt! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath.
I like that.
Exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh yeah. I'm actually grateful to see a new ending.
Oh,
Or maybe it's because it's this DLC that we can say something new, but I love it. No, I don't love the situation. Just love the fact that
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
yeah, nice fight.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Well, that was short. Well, oh, I know this.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. You're here to slay her.
Well, hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
I'll have all the voices.
That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? No, let's just proceed.
A warning. Before she will lie.
Yeah.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight. Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice.
True.
The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear? Crystal. Let's just get on with it already.
Let's fight even more.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
But what about this mirror?
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
Well, we already know this, but
Now
well.
it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
Fighting.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries
Sulfuric
up the
odor.
stairs.
Sulfuric, like acid, but why? Sulfur.
Is that
Strange.
another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
We'll see. Might not be that
As you descend
easy.
the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. It looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes.
Fight, 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 fight.
I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Huh. You look different, so you do remember me. I'm actually here to free you. I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first. Like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
But why? No? You don't want to discuss about this? No? Really?
Don't you get it?
We just
We've been given
going to
free
fight?
rein to wail on each other. Forever.
And
Couldn't
ever?
have said it better myself. All right, fine. I believe you. What? What you said earlier in the woods, I believe you. You've already met the princess, and the princess has already met you. But that's all the more reason to take this seriously.
Forgot about this. But now I remember.
You don't know.
Might be good.
Whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember.
Well, too bad.
Are you okay? Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Oh. It's because it bothers you. I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy. Apathy? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never died. Do you see how alive I am right now? Someone as alive as me already have died. I don't think so. Don't worry, I'm going to do a good job. Got me pretty much everything you just said is true.
Great. Now focus up and do it then.
Okay, you look different, so you do remember me. I'm actually here to free you. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. And the princess, I don't know what happened to you since the last time we met, but I am not fighting a giant demon lady. Attack. Fight.
Finally ready to complete your destined task, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count. Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
Oh, yeah, we'll do it.
As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to recover from the impact. She almost looks disappointed in us. Why is she disappointed in us?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you?
You're stronger. I'm weaker?
That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point?
I see.
So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Lord.
Don't let her get in your head. Reincarnation or not, This world needs you to win. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her.
We'll find this. Hating opening in, what matter for her?
You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess,
Well,
trying
that's
to bait
exactly.
You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last. This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few...
No!
All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm
No!
wrapping around your head.
Can I
Fingers
go back?
around your skull.
Can I go back?
How disappointing.
She squeezes.
No!
The pressure unbearable as
Disappointed. I can't bear to say this. Ugh. Oh, there's no sound. Not anymore. Can I save? Hey. Can I load? No. Ah, here it is. Yeah, but... Ooh, I can load. Something interesting.
If that's your plan, then that's your plan. You push off the ground, ignoring you can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle. No, we can do this. Just keep pushing. We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
Push.
The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
Yes, you finally get it, don't you?
I do.
Nothing exists outside of us. It's just you and me, dying and coming back, clashing against each other. Forever.
That's not what's going on. There's an entire world at stake here. Yes, the fate of the world doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this fight. The only thing that matters is getting stronger. And the only way to get stronger is to win, even if it takes us forever to get there.
Oh yeah, I want to win, and I will win.
Your balance is suddenly thrown off as the princess pulls you into her knee. It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. We're fine. You barely have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead against yours. Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor.
Oops.
I said we're fine. I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it. It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm, and with near total ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
You forgot this.
I like that. I really like that.
She tosses it at your feet.
Aren't you jumping the gun a little here? We each died once. Doesn't mean we're immortal. Were you being metaphorical when you say that nothing exists outside of us? You want to be free though? Blah 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 blah. Actually, I think I'm done fighting. Never.
You and the princess attack each other once again, each of you dealing a single, terrible, lethal blow. Wait, does that mean we're dead? Or rather, about to be dead. As your blade pierces her sternum, the princess buries her fist into the soft meat of your organs. You feel a few horrifically painful pops, a gush of fluid, and it's over. It's finally over. No, it's not. we're just getting started.
Oh,
But
yes.
it is over. Dead is dead. I know this isn't the happiest ending for you, but you saved the entire world from ruin. There are few better endings than that. Well, are you going to listen to him? Or are you going to listen to me? Get up.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, no, that can't be right. Your eyes bolt open and you push yourself back to your feet. Alive. Ha! I told you. I told you this wasn't over. What about her? The blade went right through her heart. What about her? If we're fine, then she's fine. No, she's dead. She has to be. No!
Like that. Oh, yeah.
Right. We're all shit out of luck.
More fighting.
I knew
More.
it. I told you we should all believe in her. This is perfect. The princess rises from the ground, staggering slightly, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade still buried in her heart.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing, and hurls it at your feet. You know what to do. Again! But she came back. What's the point of fighting her if she can just do that? All of you need to settle down. This whole situation is coming dangerously close to untethering. She clearly never actually died. You just missed her heart, that's all.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we just missed her heart? Oh, of course, that's all. You were the one who said we hit her heart. You were the one who said it was finally over. Well, I guess I had it wrong. You guess you had it wrong? Aren't you supposed to know everything? I never said I knew everything.
Like her again.
With unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with adrenaline as your eyes lock across the basement floor and share a knowing look. Free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess aiming to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body. The impact forces the air from your lungs, stars dancing in front of your eyes as you fail to keep your bearing. You both collapse to the ground before either of you has a chance to survey the damage. And then we get up. Yes. And then you get up.
That was a good one. More.
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows.
Oh.
Sometimes you manage to strike first.
Ooh.
Sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment.
And how do we heal each time? She broke her leg? We broke her face? We ripped her face off? Lungs? On me, I guess?
And then you get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. We're all still here. This is all gonna be okay. Isn't it? Isn't it?
He doesn't answer the voice. He's gone.
What are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is... What is this place?
It's over.
Did we do this? Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right. It's the end of the world, isn't it? It's the end of everything. Far from it. We're still here. And she's still here too.
The princess stumbles and her body
I
slumps.
feel so... tired.
Chin up. Isn't this what we wanted? Just you and me, forever. And she's gone. You do not have an opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away. It's left something else in her stead.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Well, the narrator is gone.
Yes. Does that mean the world ended?
The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
Different now. It feels, I don't know, final.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
You approach the mirror. You gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. But gone. The mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Might be useful. You are alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. You are at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Fragile? Really? I thought that... Well, we thought a lot.
Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a bold heart. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for.
You know the narrator, maybe?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Oh. We already know the answer, but well.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
So what happens now? Your wheel cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
What happens now?
Nothing as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Well, I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape,
Hehe? You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
I will.
You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. Okay.
You're
Hero
on a
and the
path
princess.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Well, now I don't know what to do.
Slay her.
Well, it's time to decide what I'll do now. We can just turn around and leave, but if I do this, it might be... What happens again if you just leave?
Seriously?
leave.
You're just going to...
Yep. away from the cabin.
I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
How convenient.
Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved off.
Or not.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies.
Well, if I do it,
Forever.
everyone dies too. And if I don't do it, everyone dies. I think it's...
Your silence is deafening.
No need to talk to you.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin
Ooh,
again.
cabin.
Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
We never know, might be useful.
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. Wait, what's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Stranger.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
What's this
path
wall?
is a cabin. And in the basement
I
of
don't
that
know
cabin
this.
is a... You're here to slay.
Whole world ended what I'm doing here. Those walls were in here last time. God just forced me to go to the cabin.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
If I can't run away from the cabin, I'm just staying here in the woods. Forever.
Oh, that's clever! A little boring, though. It's extremely boring. Can we really do that? Can we really just do nothing?
I guess so.
No, you can't just do nothing. You have to do something. Alright, so it's decided. Even if it's boring, we're going to do nothing forever. Congratulations, you continue to waste everyone's time and do nothing. Wait, can you still hear me? Everything's getting... What
Wait.
is that? weird feeling. It's like I'm barely even here anymore. Well, it's
Really?
not nothing, that's for sure. Does that mean we messed up?
Wait. The wall around you isn't wound. It's physical matter replaced by texture nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There's distant rumbling, the sound of many sounds. Undulation pulse, louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? Unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag close across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring more gifts. Force pushing against your will. No, you cannot go back. Not here. Regret. This wall is broken beyond repair. Must weave something new. Wagging finger. There's only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. It's not even an ending.
You're on a path.
It's an ending
in
without
the
vessel.
woods. You're here.
Can't go back. We need to go to the cabin now. Now forbidden. Interesting.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go ignore.
Well, that will be roughly the same, so... Interesting. I forgot that it was a
interior of the cabin is
non-ending.
Almost a blade.
We'll take the blade today.
Her voice.
Who's there?
She said, "Don't let it fool."
Hey! Hi!
Don't be a stranger. And it's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Have a knife.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so... Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, you call me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine.
Well, this time we'll follow the voice of the hero. We'll drop it.
The blade tumbles out.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Ah,
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
what's interesting is that you can overpower the whole story by just using those voices to rewrite it. I wonder if we can do it again with another voice in another scenario.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You.
Oops. Your Royal Highness or Her Majesty, and the honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Huh. You know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
Well, no?
You're lying.
How does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me.
And how long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
That's actually a really great insight. We know that you will have to choose something. And you already know that you'll need to lie at some point. Love it.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Well, I'm getting you out now.
That seems like a pretty
wait
good
a bit.
compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Huh. Okay, let's get you out of here.
Oh, for the love of...
Good. I'm glad you've come to your senses.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas?
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is
Why?
someone else here?
Why would we go there?
You make your way back to the bottom. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Should we try to slay her right now? Trade. Yep. Will do.
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down. The princess flinches as you strike and your weapon sinks into her shoulder.
You bastard. If I have to kill you to leave this place, I'll do it.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's unarmed and there's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you. The two of you struggle
again.
on the ground. Forget trying to rescue her. You roll out of her, though every inch of we can still tell.
Let's give up.
Are you serious? As the force of her blows overwhelms your body, the blade falls from your trembling hands, clattering uselessly to the cobblestones below. I suppose the princess, wounded but still alive, stands to face you. She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you to the ground.
Nice fight. See you later.
Her knee slides to your throat and your windpipe is crushed under weight you didn't think her frame could possibly possess.
Pathetic.
This is the end, isn't it? Everything goes dark, and you die.
The tower.
You're on a path in the wood. You're here.
Well.
You're right. Seriously? You're just going to...
Oh no. No, not again.
I guess we will. So much for getting out of here. A warning. Can we tone down the... I'm not being a pessimist. You're being annoying. Just ignore their... I agree. If you rescue her, given the stakes of the situation, so please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be.
Okay.
That's what you want.
Let's just go to the cabin.
I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Oh, what if I don't take the blade? Let's just enter the
No blade
basement.
this time. Yeah. Maybe she'll be more receptive if we're unarmed. Blade, no blade. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Who knows? Up, out. Goodbye,
The
mirror.
door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming.
Yes, your highness.
Like this last time. You shouldn't have come down here unarmed. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess. Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain
pretty cool.
is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for...
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
Kneel.
What should we do? I don't like this. No.
But the words don't leave your mouth. Instead, your legs buckle and your knees hit the floor.
Why?
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk? The last time we met, you tried to kill me. And yet here you are again. This time groveling at my feet. What a wretched sight. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met, nobody should have met her before this. You should be the first. You're the only one I'd trust to deal with her.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us. There was nothing we could do to stop her then. And there's nothing we can do to stop her now.
He's being melodramatic, but yeah, we've been here before and she absolutely destroyed us. What are we even supposed to do to stop her? That's worrying. Whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any idea.
Do you think holding shut your beak is enough to stop me from prying it open? Do you think your skull can save your thoughts from being seen?
Can she do that?
There's nothing she can't do.
Confused, meek, a chorus of submissive indecision. Is that why you came to me unarmed? It doesn't matter. All of it is easily brushed aside. And there it is. I am destined to end the world. Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart. It feels like a fundamental truth to my being that I'd somehow forgotten. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her.
I don't want to. How do I not? I have questions for you before I decide to do anything.
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can do whatever you want to be.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart. And all you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
If you're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself?
Be rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to...
That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you, and from your act of utter devotion and submission, springs a new dawn, a better dawn.
Can you repeat it?
Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
Damn it. There's really nothing.
Your will was so. All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say.
No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Should have been me. Traitor.
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Uh-oh.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
And what if I don't believe? What happens then?
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart.
I don't believe usually.
And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever.
Please, don't do this.
I have to. It's over. I'm sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be. And it is good.
Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
Of course.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave.
New achievement. Let's go. But you do not take her hand, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror?
Let's go. As always, you approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. I don't want to look at us.
Your voices feel small, distant, as you approach. As you reach forward, they're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. You've grown. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. She's huge.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Okay, are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do now? You know that at the end of this, once you finish, I'm going to kill you, right? When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them. No, I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be. How many more vessels do I need to bring you? If I don't want to bring you any more vessels, what if I just wait here forever?
Then we will remain here as we are now, barely finished, damp, cavernous. If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
How long can you wait?
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping?
Mean this? I think she means that.
If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you.
Huh? Well, it seems that the game just crashed like that. Smart, very smart. Well, let me just launch the game once again. And hope that it will not crash again. Oh,
I never left your side.
it's back. You have returned to me, though you were gone mere moments. Never left your side. That was kind of unexpected. Oof. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Ah, yeah, let's just go back.
I long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Time to wake up again. Hero and the princess.
You're on a path. You're here.
Blah 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 blah.
A warning. We're not. The interior.
Today we'll take the knife.
She's done.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here.
You walk. She's focused on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
See at the
Then
door.
Don't keep this.
Drop it.
Thank you.
I don't.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a
Broken
relation.
off. Getting you out of
You
here.
laugh. My doubt.
I'll be.
You would
B. Return to the
you make your
bottom.
easier.
I heard the knife.
You
Play.
without head.
You.
Don't waver as you the two.
Same thing.
You run away.
Run away.
What if you rush up the stairs? You close the bed. Okay, you settle it. It isn't long before you start to drift off. Your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. But it's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
Nightmare. It's the perfect time for this.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Oh. Why? From me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. Whatever you are, you're not a princess. Go ahead and waste your energy. I'll be waiting for you.
I wouldn't be so sure about outlasting me. You're so brittle. So go ahead, rest. Do whatever you think will help you be prepared. But know that I'm coming for you, and that when I find you, I will make you hurt.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying
Roofs?
about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills.
She's coming.
What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
What's next? The nightmare.
You're on a path. You're here to slay.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh, she will. I don't think it doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is the blade is your implement. Hold on, it's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
Those eyes. All those eyes. They're coming for us. I love it. I love it a lot.
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out, but if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
Let's go.
You reach. Good. Is it? Those are the words of someone who.
Take the blade and we go down there.
You cross over the threshold. More eyes, too. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're her cruel and playful voice.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Come back? She must have you confused with someone else.
Are you sure about this?
You really don't remember, do you?
Okay. Going to talk to her.
Didn't you hear my warning a minute? Something tells me she isn't gonna. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows. She could be any. Are you really not? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter.
Do nothing.
You decide it's best to do nothing.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate.
Ooh.
It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt.
That hurts a bit.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart,
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Liver.
Nerves, heart, lungs,
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
nerves.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us.
Liver,
Why?
nerves,
Heart.
lungs.
The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission.
I want to rip her mask off.
Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
Liver,
Why won't you finish me off?
liver,
No time.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Run.
You turn and run, doing your best to put one useless leg in front of the other.
You poor thing. Wrong choice.
You get nowhere before the princess is in front of you once again.
Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, nerves, heart,
You're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love.
Let me out.
What a lovely story.
No. What's happening to us?
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going. You can't keep going? Well, what are you talking about?
It's your job. You can't just stop here. Want to see more. Want to know more. But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body's dead, but you live on. Uh-oh. Moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy. It hurts when I try to remember.
You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you?
Well, I mean, the bath, no? Don't you feel that something's wrong here?
I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left.
I love how they're able to tell her story more or less.
We have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything.
No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there forever. I think.
We're supposed to be unfeeling.
So many
times
So many voices.
tell you to snuff out your heart? We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so much fear everywhere.
There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything.
We love her, so we have to set her free. Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us?
To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love.
Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us.
Yeah. Supposed to be only 2. 3? Maybe?
This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
Well, I don't remember, I think.
Many times.
It feels like we've been here forever. But it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine. It just goes on and on.
Doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before this, and some of you Don't seem to remember being here at all. Was I here? Those other times? Did someone else make the decisions?
What does here even mean if you really think about it? Shut up. You were here.
Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget. I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
I think they're all wrong. Okay, maybe the only way out is to do nothing. Nothing I will do.
You do nothing. You can't just do nothing.
That's a new one. Huh. Do you think it'll work? No. Nothing ever works.
Boo! You're the worst one. He's not the one who got us into. At least I keep you breathing. See? That's why the sad one's the worst. Who cares?
What to see?
All of you just yap about. And that kind of attitude is why you're in the top half. Great. And that's why you're not the top.
Oh.
I want to see what nothing does for us.
Hopefully this stuff's all the rest of will get you killed by himself.
Oh, all of us have gotten all the rest of us killed. As the little voices bicker amongst themselves,
There's too many
you do
voices.
your best to stay still in the woods. It is difficult, and the more time you spend waiting, the harder it will be to...
I wonder what we look like right now. Are we standing? Sitting? I like to think we have an air of dignity.
My point exactly.
I wonder what happens if you continue to do nothing.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Uh-oh.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against... But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it.
He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do.
She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others. It's why you always lose.
Let's just go.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin.
The cabin that isn't there.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it. Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back. Just go around it.
Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
There's too many voices.
Proceed. Proceed to where?
Yeah, proceed.
I'm afraid you're going to have to be
Something.
a little more specific. That's another new one. How do you keep coming up with new things? I hope this works better than nothing did.
Hey, you remember me doing nothing.
Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions, and it already has worked. It's got...
We're one step closer to her.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure they're in. Wrong and unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor. A hint of it. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Take it. It's the only way forward.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep, deep in the bowels of the earth.
Oh shit!
See something staring back at you. It's a
She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
There you are. My toy has finally come to finish its job.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit
Holy
blinks
hell.
closer.
You dragged this out for so much longer than you had to.
Oh my.
But it was always just a matter of time.
And closer.
Closer again? Again?
You are going to have to stop running eventually.
And closer.
Everything stops running eventually. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my will and let me out.
Holy freaking hell. I love this. You're so lovely with this dress and those arms.
Exploring the
and
world and spreading
everything
fear
about you is so
around the
beautiful.
world. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything. Now don't pose. Don't try to resist. I've already molded you into what I need. And you lost your power so long ago.
Do something.
Just take her hand and set her free.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle, tender even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
She lost her face.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
Princess exhausted slumps.
Why is it so cold?
Well, you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Yeah.
No, too many voices, really. Oh, people. No, really, Oh. Now, since you reach forward, gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. You've waited. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
I think my problem here is that I've seen too many things. I've seen too many horrors. Be impressed by this. I want to see more and more and more. But that's not enough for me yet.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. We will know when we near our destination.
It's something about two more.
I will
Or
be
so.
here when it is time for us to meet again.
No need to
You're
talk too
on the
much.
path. You're
I want to see more.
the blade.
Sam will enter the basement without the blade. Of course, she'll have a
The
sort
door
of
to the
voice.
basement creaks open. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest. Don't let it fool you. It's
I'm just checking in on you.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the... She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. Do you think you can...
Let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
It's a name.
Oh,
She pauses, carefully.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can...
Is Prince...
Imagine being named Princess. Okay. Can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. I want to do something.
Thank you. You turn back.
Where are you going? You can't. You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Uh-oh.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all. You slowly creep down the basement stairs. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
I think we got off on the wrong foot. You think we can start over?
Oh, you coward!
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer? I have something to show you.
Let's
Your
finish
eyes
this.
dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her. Where is she? You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Well, come on out. Let's just get this over with.
I can wait. I'm very patient.
But I can too.
You do your best to patiently wait her out, but eventually, exhaustion starts to set in. Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
Keep waiting.
You wait for as long as you can, pushing yourself to stay awake and stay vigilant. But you can't outwait someone who's been waiting for as long as she remembers.
True.
You barely even realize that you've started to drift off. Pain
Uh-oh.
tears you from your sleep. The princess is upon you, ripping into your flesh, unnaturally sharp teeth and claws severing arteries and digging into... There's nothing to be done. You're already half gone. It can't just end like this, right?
I'm sorry, but it is.
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened.
Sorry, but it's
I'm
over.
sorry, but it's over.
We never know, it might be useful.
Everything goes dark,
And you die.
and you die.
Peace this time.
Your Honor, you're here.
Okay.
Oh, she will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its... I don't see she could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust... No, that's a very route, maybe.
Should we stay as the hunted?
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time.
It's shining.
Wind rushing in
Blade.
through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The blade is your implement.
Take the blade and we go down there.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still the air seeping up. She growls up.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral,
That's what he said?
impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stair. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
Or be here.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess.
Just a princess.
She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
She is going to bounce me? That's what he said. Move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her. Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers. A pair. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
Well, we don't have to kill each other. What if I help you? What if we left together? You could get off here on your own. When you have already left. Run for the stairs. Don't talk. Let's go.
We have to wait for an opening. That's fair. She'll kill us if we...
Ah, damn it. Wasn't no?
If you want to
Stop
see,
hiding.
you should get better at seeing.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
Damn it. You're deflecting. What does it mean? You're reflecting. You're a mirror.
And you bear your weakness to the world.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble. Keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Are you dead? Hell no. Wait for her to strike and hear her back.
This isn't going to work. We're in her domain. We just have to stay alive. If we keep
Hell
dodging
no,
her
we'll
around,
fight.
We're going to get
I
tired.
am
We're
the
going to slip
hunter,
up.
not the
We
hunted.
have to take a risk.
How am I talking about hunter? It's today. I am the hunter, and you are my prey. I now have my knife in my hand, ready for you to jump on me.
The princess lunges from the shadows once more, and tighten the gripping blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you.
Well, what can I see here? My little bunny is just running away now.
You can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness. Ha! Look at that! We wounded her, and she wounded us. Bad trade.
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
She rears back, then leaps at you,
Fight,
more forceful,
and
more
fight
ferocious,
again.
more serious. The scuffle is brief, before you collapse to the floor, crashing
wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught. By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines, spine severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor. The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
Damn it. We'll get her next time. The den.
You're on a path
Oh.
in the
Yeah,
Jungle.
we are. And this time we're not gonna run until we die. We're taking her head on and we're winning.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You felt her. She didn't have a soft underbelly. She didn't have blind spots. What could we have...
When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority. There's
It's
nothing worse than
her
a bully that
or
thinks
us.
they own you.
Great. So you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done.
Oh, shut up. It bodes fine. You're the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now I have to do the hard work of dragging us out.
This voice is the only one that can see things clearly. I really love this one.
And how do you intend to do that?
We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. There's a reason she slinks around in the shadows.
She's weak when we can just see her. She's slow. And reacts, we can finish her off easily.
Well, no complaints here. Now hold on. We're not just gonna let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go.
He's not important. He can have his secrets for all I care. She's killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
Hell yeah. No need to have a plan. No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do. So, we need a plan.
We've already been over the plan.
I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan.
It's a better plan than you had last time.
Right? You'll pray.
I don't like this, but I'll try to keep us breathing. The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings.
My weapon.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right.
Take it. We're not fighting a monster without a blade. Even if it's not a very big one.
Is no one going to mention the mirror? What are you talking about? There is no mirror.
Always the mirror.
Tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us.
If that mirror's blocking our way, just smash it and be done with it.
Okay. You take the
Yes,
blade,
Take the steel claw. You pull the blade.
Good.
and we approach the mirror.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads.
You heard him. Stop hesitating and
That mirror isn't part of this place. If they're so grimy,
Wipe the mirror.
reach forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own. You step forward into the darkness. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
This will be the final area.
As you
Rest.
crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of
Fighting
ambient earth.
arena.
No voice slinks confidently up the stairs. No entity threatens violence or pleads for safety. Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
Well, we haven't finished business.
Princess leaves your remark unanswered. See, she knows we have to be like her. Focused, present, patient.
We're past the point of words anyway. This is a conversation that can only be had with hard steel and sharp teeth.
You put
What's she
the
look
voices to
like?
the back of your mind and proceed down the stairs. The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed.
It doesn't matter if we can't see down here. We know where she is.
Are we? We are. Ready to fight.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows.
She's amazing. I love it.
Your quick to react, swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first blood. She recoils, stunned for a brief moment.
See? I told you. We needed to assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now.
Her gleaming eyes watch you from the shadows, unblinking. There's fear in them now, but it is a fear wreathed in fury. And beneath it all lurks something far more primal.
Rather. Something like. I actually never listened to the English version, so I'm not even sure what you said. Anyway.
Hunger. Yes, she knows your strength now, and she wishes to devour it. How unseemly.
I'd like to see her try.
The princess lunges with even more ferocity than before. Both voices were right. Within that ferocity there is the clumsiness of doubt, a chaotic dance between impulse and restraint. Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange throws in the dark. The glint of bloody claws and fangs, the flash of wet steel. In the pit, all of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects, each small shift in your favor a major victory that swells your confidence. And yet, for all the wounds you've managed to inflict upon her, you remain at a stalemate. And then you start to lose ground. While your body slows, hers quickens, her wounds mending as she licks the blood of her prey from her dripping maw.
So she really can devour our strength. Can we do something like that? All these wounds are starting to add up.
Nah, screw that. We're not stooping to her level. We'll just have to give this our all, end it in one final hit.
I like this
We
one.
die if we do that. We have to
I
make
like this one a
ourselves
lot.
her. We have to embrace instinct. She shifts towards you, her bloody grin shining in the dark. And then you see it. Your opening.
Take it. Put her down like the mindless beast she is.
You hurl yourself towards the princess, your movement too quick, too bold for her to intercept. You bury your blade deep in her chest.
Yes, yes, we're going out in a blaze of glory.
Nature doesn't have glory. This is just death. She howls in pain, retaliating with claws and teeth, desperately tearing, trying to devour you to make herself whole once again. Chunks of your flesh are torn away, feathers and blood and bits of gore splattering to the ground. But your work is already done. No sating of her ravenous hunger will be enough to mend her now. Though her flesh begins to seal itself around you, she cannot remove your blade from her heart. You and the princess collapse to the floor together, your bodies fused, entwined in a bloody mass of limbs and teeth.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Hell yeah.
As the two of you fade, a new emotion creeps into the princess's eyes. Something akin to shame. What have we done? They ask.
Maybe it was a bit too much in the end. Maybe it's not me.
I guess that's it. At least we saved the world. Right? Right? He's gone. Everything is gone, except her and us.
It doesn't matter. We won.
But this is I speak again. I'm cold. I don't want to be cold. You don't get the opportunity to respond, nor will you ever. Time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I have a lot of achievement that I didn't do yet.
This doesn't... That...
Screw.
Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Let's go back. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
You know?
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me. Short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Well, other people?
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
You know what's going to happen when you awaken? No. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Well. No. How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
1.
Yeah. Next one will be the last.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Okay. You know what I love to do in the end? I always love it.
You make your warn. She will not ignore.
I know that it's dumb. But I just can't help it. You see? I'm actually quite romantic.
Hello.
Don't.
Hi.
Be a stranger. It's...
You walk down the stairs. She's I am begging.
Hi.
And I love stories.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a... No. You're doing the right... You walk up to the chair. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked...
Well, let's check for the
Okay.
key.
I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of... Is someone else here? You try the door. Your shouts and you're here to slay... You make your way to the... Easier for her, easier for everyone. Look at the mess.
I heard the door slam. They locked you.
There's a slight panic
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
It's always a bit horrific when I say this.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from it's the blade from up. Or we could use you won't like what happens if you do.
Save the princess. Just this time. This one last time. Because that's what I love.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
I love how there's so many details about this scene. See the muscle rip off like that. The bone still here. Broken in two.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape as the princess approaches. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know
Have an eye.
you do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into
careful.
her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
I'll be kind enough to resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen,
We both know this isn't you.
she nervously reaches
I'm way more
towards you
curious. I
and
will
takes
slay
the
her
blade
right
from
now.
your infuriating.
I'm sorry. I'll try.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is.
Oh no!
Stay strong. For her sake. Whatever. She sinks the blade in.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know it. Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade was.
I'm so.
With one, it can't just end like, oh, that's rich coming from you. Everything goes dark. And you die.
The damsel.
You're on a. You're hit.
Where's this other voice?
A warning. Before you go any further.
Smitherin.
She will lie.
Smithers.
If only you
Smitten.
knew what you did to us, you villain. Excuse me?
I knew it was about smite something.
Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love. Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, you don't pay their bickering any. The interior of the cabin is clean and the blade is your imp. You walk up to the. What are you talking? You
Just want
reach
to
forward
check.
and rub your hand against the cabin, but there was a mirror a second, and now it's gone. Pity.
See the drawing of
Could
a
have
mirror.
a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her
that's
off
not
her
the
feet
mirror.
if we have a feather out of place.
No need.
The door, but it's still a soft voice.
Hello? Is
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time.
If only he
I
was
think
less
we're in
annoying,
love.
will be so
Okay,
much
I'm
better.
with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
I don't dislike it, but in a way, but also... Oh. Ugh.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you?
Whoa, look at you, you're so smart.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
It's him, not me.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world, but everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Leave me alone. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? No, what happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Okay. well, after you died. And now? It's now. Right? So empty. But what happened last time? The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. Was extremely unfair.
Another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
You know, you're so boring.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
Yeah. Well,
that's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
well. What was I talking? Did the wall end? Did you end the world? Oh, let's just rescue her.
What are you talking about? Did you forget?
Don't you see how dainty her...
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already?
She was waiting for us to do it.
Because we've yet to present her with her freedom.
I'm not sure I follow.
Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature? Or would you rather believe the devil on your shoulder who tells you what you can and cannot do?
I think I'd rather believe in facts.
Ah, so you're one of those empiricists.
One of us has to be.
Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator?
Narrator?
Please step forward and free our beloved from her bindings.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess,
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain.
My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without
Should
a
have
second
taken
thought.
this knife. Damn it. Would have made it more interesting. A bit different, maybe.
You wouldn't.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you.
He has a lot of strong... You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings.
Just because I love this ending,
That
actually.
shouldn't have worked.
It's so
Be
dumb.
damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a
So
joyful
sweet.
embrace.
So dumb. In fact.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Well, let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand.
Ugh.
Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no, did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
I think I've got this. We We can open it if we try together. Yay!
Okay.
With the power of
Let's do it.
love.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
I told you our love was insurmountable.
Love this ending, how dumb it
Princess,
is.
Make your way upstairs and the blade. That's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
You're not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know,
Of course
if
I
her
love
walking
this.
out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone. That's not how this works.
Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending.
I like this one.
What a romantic suggestion. You're right. We don't need the world. All we need is each other.
That's exactly what I just suggested. Was it not romantic when I suggested it?
Did you suggest that? I wasn't listening.
Curious
You
about
answered
this.
me.
But the door's right there. We can just leave.
Wait. Why would she say that? Was she not wooed by our proclamation of love?
Are we not enough for her? She's not wooed by you because staying here and building a life together isn't a solution. It isn't anything. It's a non-answer. It can't be done.
Trust me, he'll be better for both of us if we stay. We can be happy here. We We just have to want it.
But we would have to be here forever. I don't know you. This is really what you want, though, isn't it?
Her eyes dart uncomfortably to the corners of the room.
I guess we could do that.
She doesn't seem happy about this, but she can't be unhappy about staying with us. Can she? I don't know. She has a point. She doesn't know us. No, it has to be him. It has to be this place. If we just made these walls more fitting for a princess, if we just say the right things, if we just showed her the contents of our heart, she'd be happy here.
Ooh, I like that.
As the voice thinks its thought, your hands raise, fingers pointing towards your chest, and then... What? No, you absolutely do not do that.
You rip off your chest.
Oh, but I do. What? What is he doing? We can't see unless you tell us. Are you sure you want to know? I suppose I can't stall forever.
Ooh, this is more interesting than before.
You plunge your nails into your chest, digging deep, grasping for a handhold. And you find it, your fingers curling around your ribs.
Oh no, what are you doing? Are you okay? You can't do that and be okay.
Time out. He should not be allowed to do that. He's not the decider. And yet, it's done, isn't it? It will be soon. You yank violently, your bones cracking with wet pops as you pull yourself apart inch by painful inch. Your exposed heart, framed by jagged ribs, thumps rhythmically in your raw, bloodied chest. The loosened threads of your body unfurling to cover the surface of the room. Don't mind my sacrifice. It's a fair price to pay to give her everything she doesn't know she wants.
Oh, I see. You're trying to tell me something.
The princess, mesmerized, reaches towards your beating heart, and then everything goes dark and we die? Yes.
Epilogue. Happily ever after.
You're on a path in
What
the
the hell?
Mate, we're clearly already in the cabin. Excuse me? You're clearly... Oh. Huh. So you are. How do you know about the cabin? I didn't get to the cabin part of my opening monologue yet.
Amazing. That's new.
We've been here before. Well, not here, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You knew about the loop-in last time.
Loopy.
Now, he's clearly disorientated. I'm sure all this new info is going to come as quite a shock to him. Best if we're gentle. And right on cue, here's the new guy. Welcome! Thank you. I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, this voice. Voice of the hero.
Okay, yes, I get it. You've been here before. That's terrible. You know that, right? Because the only reason you would have been here before is if you failed in whatever world you'd come from. Meaning you doomed an entire
Other reality. I'm
But
sure since you're so well traveled, you know that, yes?
Yes? Well, we know that now, thanks to you. We're all so lucky to be stuck with, working with someone so well informed. You can count on us to do things right. I'm going to describe the room now. The interior of the cabin is vast and regal. High arched windows line the walls, their multicolored glass casting kaleidoscopic patterns across the stone floor. An iron chandelier hangs from the vaulted ceiling, its many candles lit with flickering light, vaguely illuminating the massive room. This is a house.
Oops. Funny. That's funny. Ooh.
Before you, there isn't a blade, is there? That's not good.
Well, doesn't matter if the blade's here. We didn't use it last time. And the time before that, she used it to kill us.
Now that is some fine reasoning. Who cares about the blade? I think you're right. We're better off without it. It's not like it's ever been important. Of course, the blade's important. It's your implement. You're going to need it if you want to do this right. The fact that you're here, right now, again, means that you have not yet done this right. But it's not there, is it? We don't even get the choice. So, what are we supposed to do? I don't actually know. I'm sure it'll turn up somewhere. It has to. It's part of the whole structure of this place, I think. At the very least, it's important.
Well? Blah 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 mirror. Where's the voice of this maiden? Was here last time. It's not like him to be this quiet.
Yeah. He was a bit of a loud one, wasn't he?
True.
Is he okay?
Is he here?
We're better off without him, if you ask me. One less opinion we have to contend with. Plus, he's the one who got us into this whole mess.
Is he there? Perhaps.
Is that so? Maybe there is hope for you after all, free from the bad influence of your missing friend.
Well, let's just approach the mirror. Turn around and leave. What the hell? No. We're not allowed to.
Across the room. Stop. He couldn't see. See what? What? Oh, I think I know this one. It's either a mirror or... What? Just ignore it. You reach forward, your hand instinctively wrapping around the hand.
I just forgot this. Anyway, not important.
Figures. And then you push the door open.
We need something.
Marvelous. We can proceed.
Like...
It would seem that the stairs to the basement don't lead to a basement at all.
Steam deck or something.
Rather, they go
Stream
up.
deck.
They're draped in fine carpet too, one that feels pleasantly soft against your feet. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably... no, that doesn't work here at all. This place is nice. It's fancy, even. I have to say, whatever you did in your previous lives, I deeply dislike how much it's thrown me off my rhythm. Don't worry about it, boss. You're doing great.
I'm grateful to have chosen this ending.
I'm not, but I appreciate the encouragement. Well, if all of this has thrown you off your rhythm so much, then maybe we don't have to slay the princess. No, you absolutely do. Just because she lives in a nice house doesn't mean she doesn't pose a direct threat to all of reality. It's in her very nature. Her voice, gentle and warm, with an undercurrent of fatigue, rolls down the stairs.
You're home. Dinner's ready.
It's ready. Oh, I'm play hungry.
As much as I desperately want to know what happened last time, we are not going to examine it. The more we think, the worse this gets. Why are you so on edge? This is much nicer than what we're used to. I'd like to have dinner. Dinner sounds nice.
Yeah.
Gotta say, I'm with him on this one, boss. When have nice things ever been a problem?
Chicken, winner, chicken dinner?
That
We know
is
this.
the problem. This isn't supposed to be nice, and she's supposed to be a prisoner. I need to stop talking. I need to stop talking. Just go upstairs, okay?
Proceed up the stairs.
This hall, like the one below, is grand and beautiful. Torches bathe the room in warm, comforting light, just enough to illuminate the tapestries along every wall, woven with scenes of chivalry and courtship and romance. The many cloth eyes are fixed on each other, gazes averted from the long table in the center of the room, the princess seated at its far end.
Is that the blade? What do you have here?
Your pristine blade glints in the weak torchlight, hanging from a golden chain around the princess's neck. So that's where it is. And the tip is already pointed right at her heart. Okay, everything is falling back into place. All you have to do is cross the room, push down a little, and the entire world is saved. That's easy. Yeah, that is easy, isn't it? So, where's the rush?
You're here. Now we can start being happy together. Why don't you sit down? Wouldn't that be nice?
As the words leave her mouth, the torches flare and a chair swings in from behind, knocking your legs out from under you. You're forcibly seated at the head of the table.
Isn't that better? It is better, right?
So, you mentioned dinner on the stairs.
Oh, right, dinner. I'd totally forgotten about it.
Flames burn bright and a shadow dives across the table. In its wake, it leaves a feast.
Go ahead and dig in. I'm sure you're hungry.
Am I ever? And look at this spread. It's a feast fit for a king. Yeah, and after everything we've been through, we could use a break.
We do.
More than that, we deserve a break.
Eat.
You begin to feast, and the princess follows suit, her soft smile never fading. The food is more exquisite than you ever could have imagined. You sample countless otherworldly dishes, sauces and bread and hearty stews whose tastes dance across your tongue. You tear at hunks of meat practically melting from the bone, juicy and tender and bursting with flavors you could scarcely begin to describe.
Can I be annoying?
The cup fills itself again and again with a flowery nectar so sweet it tastes like glimmering jewels.
It's actually disgusting. The meat really juicy and tender. Imagine a meat that have the same texture as, I don't know, tofu? So tender that it's brittle, or so greasy that it's like butter. Sorry, but no? It needs to have some strength for meat. That's why I get it, but at the same time, not really.
This really is perfect, isn't it?
Of course it is.
It is the best meal you've ever had. But then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when you began.
Wasn't that perfect? We should do it again.
A shadow washes across the table, clearing and replating. The feast is once again laid before you. The food is good. Again, you tear into golden crispy flesh, dab at the slurry of aromatic sauces on your plate with thick crusted bread, sip your goblet of sparkling gems. But you have done this already.
Seems wrong.
A good meal is still a good meal, and we didn't even have to clear the dishes. I'm happy. And then it's over, and you're just as hungry as when...
You're still hungry too, right? I know this wasn't as good as it was last time, but we just have to do it again. That's all. It'll be perfect.
So the shadow sweeps over the table. The meat is fine. The bread is fine. You sample the side dishes and they're fine too. You finish your goblet, the liquid within no longer glimmering on your palate, instead leaving your mouth coated in a tacky film. You put it down and it fills again. You do not drink more.
What's happening?
Well, food is food, isn't it? Can't always be amazing. What matters is that we don't have to make it. Getting other people to do the hard work always improves the taste. Does it? Because it seems like the taste is getting worse, and we haven't had to so much as lift a finger. Regardless of quality, it's over again, and you're just...
No, something was wrong that time. But maybe I was just tasting it wrong. It looks just as good as it did the first time. It shouldn't taste like this.
Again, the shadow replaces your feast. The meat is greasy. The bread is tough, its crust hurting your jaw as you chew. The grey vegetables are barely worth the effort of picking
Who's this
through.
shadow?
You
What
don't
is
even
happening?
touch the goblet, its sickly sweet aroma utterly unappealing. I'm so tired of eating.
Are we stuck here?
Well, it's still free food we didn't have to make, right? Oh, am I kidding? We were eating like kings and now we're eating like pigs. At least you still have the memory of how good it was the first time, right?
I'm so tired of this.
As the words leave her mouth, one of the torches on the wall sputters and then goes out entirely.
What just happened? Did I do something wrong?
Not a fan of whatever just happened. I don't want to sit in the dark. Losers sit in the dark. I want to sit in a brightly lit, spacious room where we can see our beautiful, queenly wife. As if in response to the dousing of their brother, the other 3 torches blaze brighter, their flames licking at the walls. Their shadows deepen, dancing angrily across the stone.
What just happened? No.
I didn't mean to. I promise. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Okay.
She's being defensive. And we all know being defensive is a sign of weakness.
It's just a torch, don't worry about it. We'll say a prayer of light.
Yeah. We just have to keep the rest lit, and everything will be okay.
The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
We should do something fun. Wouldn't that be nice? What if we played a game?
Yes, I love games. I'm great at them.
Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
The flames roar and the shadow comes dancing across the table. It leaves behind an intricate game. Its pieces elegant and beautiful and enticing. It's simple. Oops.
We can probably work together to figure this out as we go. That sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Great, we don't even have a rule book. That means we can make up as many rules as we want. And we will. Don't worry, I am excellent at cheating. She'll never suspect a thing.
We'll
I
not
don't
cheat.
think it really matters. This all kind of feels like we're just filling time, you know? What, you don't want to win? To show our prowess in all avenues and accumulate respect? Wow, you would be hopeless without me. Count your lucky stars I'm here. You and the princess do indeed figure it out as you go. And what a game it is. The tension between turns, the triumphant highs of moves well placed, and the tragic lows of miscalculations and careless plays. The warmth of trust and the cool texture of deception. And then, the climax, as she places her final piece.
I like that. Well, not really. It's as if playing a life. We're getting tired of it.
Oh, I think we got the rules wrong.
And so you start over. She only made us start over because we were winning. Time passes. Boom! And there you have it. What did I tell you? Am I great at games or am I great at games?
Oh, you won. I guess we can play again.
Time passes. You play the game. She wins.
Oh, I won. I guess we can play again.
There is a long pause, and the board does not reset.
This isn't fun anymore, is it?
You don't need me to tell you that it isn't. Oh.
Torch.
The princess visibly panics as another torch sputters.
Which one?
Wait. Maybe this is just too easy. Maybe if we added more rules and pieces, it would be fun again.
Yeah. The game's just a little simple. We can make it fun again. The shadow descends on the board once again. More pieces are added, their shapes more intricate, their purposes less immediately clear, and the two of you set about discovering the complexities of the game anew. And so you do. And it is fun again. In fact, it's almost as fun as the first time you played, and the sputtering torch roars back to life. But then you get used to the additions, and the feeling starts to fade. A creeping numbness settling in over the board.
The horror of psychology of everyday life. Life is always shinier during the beginning. When you get used to it, What is new to discover? What is new to do?
More pieces are
Not
added.
much.
The feelings flare. The feelings...
Just get bored.
The princess suggests new rules. A glimmer of what could have been excitement flits through your mind, quickly vanishing as the game progresses. Your pieces advance in an ever-increasing slog to their destination. Winning and losing become nothing but ends, and even the end becomes nothing as you roll over into a new game, the board resetting as many times as you can finish. Till finally...
I'm out of ideas. I'm actually out of ideas this time. I don't think I can play anymore.
As the words leave the princess's mouth, another torch goes out. Again, the remaining flames burn brighter, and the shadow dances faster.
I'm happy. I promise. We're both so happy here. You don't have to be upset.
This is awful. Isn't it great that we're all having such a lovely time together? We just have to stay positive and realize how happy we are. Then all of those lights will stay on and keep showing us all the cool stuff we have. Yeah, sure.
Ah. Are you actually happy here?
The princess starts to hyperventilate, her quick breaths punctuating the uncomfortable silence between you.
Yes! Why wouldn't I be? Let's not talk about it.
We need the truth. You need to tell me how you really feel.
I don't feel anything.
The third torch sputters out. The princess's shadow dances furiously against the far wall.
There's just one left. What's going to happen when it goes out?
Well, guess we just need to find out. What do you think will happen?
I'm too scared to say. What if my answer is what blows it out?
If you could do anything in the world, what would it be? What would you choose?
I think I'd like to dance under the stars.
That sounds lovely.
But there aren't any stars here. I'd have to leave.
As she says that, the shadow rushes forward and tightens its grip on her wrists.
I'm not happy here. I don't think I ever was.
The princess sobs, burying her face in her hands as the final torch blows out. The princess's eyes dart to the floor.
Well, we can't sit here forever. That part of us is over.
The princess pushes herself from her chair, and you instinctively do the same, waiting by the top of the stairs as she quietly crosses the room.
Do you still care about me?
So more serious. The last one. Those answers that we had between us wasn't real. This is real. I don't know if I ever have, but maybe I can now. Not sure I've ever had the chance to figure out how I feel about you. I want to leave since the moment I found myself in the woods. Of course I care.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you to say that. I still care about you, too, so maybe this wasn't all bad. But I don't think this place is for us anymore. I think we need to go.
As the princess steps towards the stairs, you offer her your hand. The corners of her mouth curl into a demure smile, and she gently takes your hand in hers. She's cold, a little clammy, but her skin against yours is the most real thing you have ever felt. You're offering surprisingly little resistance. If we leave the cabin, doesn't that end the world? He's right, you know. You're giving us some real mixed signals, boss. Yes, well, I've seen my fairy tale ending, and I think there might be worse things than the end of the world.
Yeah, no, we're just two people. For now, not the whole world.
Well, this is less work for us anyways. Think what you will. I'm done fighting.
Thank you.
You and the princess don't exchange words as you descend the stairs to the cabin's entrance.
And without this voice, it's clearer.
And then the two of you step out into the world. I think this is the end of me, even if it's not the end of you. I hope this was worth it. Genuinely, I do.
Beautiful. I love this last ending.
He's really gone, isn't he?
I know that it will come.
No boss anymore? No one left to tell us what to do? I guess we'll have to be our own boss then. About time.
The stars are so beautiful.
Quiet moment passes over you. Comfortable quiet.
I meant it when I said I wanted to dance.
What? We never know, might be useful. No, it's just... These pictures are really beautiful. I'm not sure who drawing them. I really love them. So that you can see them properly, I hide it. IDHUD. How do say that again? Well, anyway, text and everything. Gently pulls you forward, and the two of you fall into graceful step. The only rhythm that guides you is the shared thumping of your hearts, beating in perfect unison. Your face, worn and tired, brightens the faster you move. Soft, that smile, widening and widening, until it reflects only genuine affection. You send her out in a wide spin, your arms stretched to their limits, only the tenuous grasp of your hand in hers holding you together. Share gaze feels like it lasts forever.
Thank you for taking...
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Ooh. Thank you for taking me here. Nice. Even if it's a little cold outside. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave.
She's gone.
Eerie returns.
Where does she go? Is that a...
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. If he thinks it's bad...
Voices feel small, distant, as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. You're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. That's it. It isn't right. You can't be nothing. Refocus, gaze, and then you see it. Figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
The crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, another and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. To the narrator. Well, I know everything about it already, but should I do it again? Are you part of me?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
To the narrator, I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you. What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
In one of my lives, you doubted yourself and thought that all of this was wrong.
Oh, did I? That means nothing in the grand scheme of things. This construct you're in contains every possible world at once. The fact that you managed to find one reality among trillions where I was delusional proves nothing.
Others like you said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different? No? So many questions for you. No? Did it hurt when your pieces of you break off like that? Really, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away and stop asking questions?
I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
The one who wanted me to slay the princess. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Does it hurt? No. What is she?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
She's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be. I just... will her into something small.
As you are now, you won't be able to will her into anything. You don't work the way a living being does. Not anymore. And as you were before, you couldn't be trusted with the knowledge of what she is. No one could be trusted with that knowledge. Intrusive thoughts have a way of creeping in and ruining everything. It's why I had to die.
I'm pretty sure death is good, actually. Important, even.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
Nothingness of death. You want me to destroy the concept of transformation? How is that existence any better than death? Or even different from death at all, as Lady feels was?
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
You have anything to say for yourself or no? Delusional. After everything you've done to us, don't you think anyone deserves to leave?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. And if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. You are the Long Quiet, the vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. Welcome back.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
No comments on whatever I can see.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
You know about the echo. You hear our conversation.
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I am the Long Quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
So many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? You have a say in all of this? No.
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
A picture of a life, and a picture of a life, and a picture of a life. How deep must repetition still our movements, until even the air we breathe is stale? You doused the flames of false devotion, and in my despair, you lifted my chin, and the two of us danced beneath the stars. But the stars can't be seen unless the flames go out and the walls come crashing down. Can you not do for all things what you did for us?
Not engage with violence. No, the act is through. Address this vessel statement directly. Also glad to dance with you.
And dance with me again, and I'll never have to stop.
You are devoured. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. But we had a dance unfinished, and in the pitch black of the earth we found it, at the tips of claws and the edge of blades.
And I'll dance.
The dance is its own truth. It is the movement that matters, not the pause you mistake for an ending.
More. Oh, red. The more we fought, the more you became an animal. I put you down then. I will put you down now. The world doesn't need your savagery. Savagery?
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you.
Ghost. Oh, fun.
There are few things more terrifying than one's own heart, and there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another. But the most terrifying thing of all is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing.
Forgot to save actually. Well, we'll see.
Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
Thank you for sharing yourself with me.
I'm aware of what it did to you. The understanding you've returned to me is a gift.
That cold fire has left your eyes. Are you finally willing to listen? You are nothing. A black hole of self-loathing fed by the matter of your restless thoughts. A dog blind to its leash. But there is no light without the dark. When I proclaimed my godhood and offered you a place at my side, you gladly became the instrument of my new creation. Only with both of us is there a future to look towards. It is hope that carves meaning into being.
Bring to you. Were consumed by your own ego. This time.
And through your lack of one, you too were consumed. Yet together,
Last one.
Sensation of bleeding and sweating and breaking and mending and dying and living comes back in vivid color. You feel the shame of 100 deaths and the pride of 100 conquests. All of the peaks and valleys weaving themselves into a single tapestry, free of beginning and free of end. Do you remember when we killed each other with such fervent passion that death itself no longer sat on our shoulders?
It was beautiful.
It was. Triumph does not exist without defeat. Birth does not exist without death. It is through conflict that we create beauty.
As the clash between you abates, beginning to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are.
We can leave this prison together.
Save again. Okay. It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you all get to sit above it all. Okay, I'm ready. I don't know what the answer is. There has to be something else in. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free.
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Thank you, my friend.
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
I have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
Well, is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Should I take the blade? Or just under the basement? I'm not here to fight.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade. Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
It's funny after everything he put us through. Kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Should I take the blade or not? Say that I should probably take it. Listen to you.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me?
I tried
You'll
everything.
have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
I don't think I want to be a god.
Honestly, me neither.
Are you the same as you are out there? If you don't want to be a god, then it's pretty strange what you just said.
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
What are we going to do?
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Resetting it do anything to help them. The people out there to continue to exist. Look, I don't want to forget you.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
Please bring me back to this ending. Take it all back. I don't want this and I don't want to kill you. It's too late to go back to being. No. There any other way?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
Anything to help them, the people out there, no? We're going to find ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
We did, I think. Or do you know that things won't end worse? I want to be here.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
Shouldn't have taken this knife.
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them. Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty, and I still like you. And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
We have to decide to do this every single time forever. Eventually something is going to be different if we change our minds.
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand.
I'll see you soon.
Hey, I love you.
You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to
Well, I think I did actually exactly the same ending as before. Like, doing it again and again and again. Thank you so much for playing. Oh, yeah. Oh. So many scenes. This game is so complete. Let me just check something. have more quick saves, no? Damn it. I guess we'll have to go from here.
There is no.
It's good to be here. Then let's go.
Let me check.
No blade it is.
We got the blade.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are. Han, maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call.
Okay, it's good to finally see you again.
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you.
Yeah,
Thanks for coming
not
back.
a lot of time at all. Sorry to that.
The first time we met, you stabbed me in the heart and I beat you to death with my bare hands. And it was fun. You really don't have to apologize. We both went a little overboard.
Just a
But there's
little.
no reason we can't put it all behind us.
You know, when she puts it like that,
Doesn't matter what we call her, just like this cabin. I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either.
Which princess are you? You look like you did the first time we met. Is the real you?
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that.
So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much. But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that?
Okay, princess.
And as for you, well, hero works for me.
but that's me. You know, I think I like that.
None of this was really fair for either of us, was it? What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
I don't know, but I've always wanted to live with you. Just don't like being God. I want to walk through that cabin door as we are, just you and me.
I want that too.
I like this ending.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
You okay? Be alone.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
The lead and princess follows. I like this ending more. Leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you stand. Comfortable silence, filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. There is an energy in the silence, an electricity, anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see the tension seize her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then, she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her, confident steps.
This is it. I have no idea what it's gonna be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Are you ready?
Of course I am. Are you?
Hello. That is not blood. Oh, it is way more. But I'm a bit sorry that I'm a romantic in the end. Just like it. Well, I'm not really sure what changed in this game. Actually, I'm pretty dumb, I know. So, some things probably changed, but what exactly? Not sure. So, in the end, I still liked it. It seems that the ending is the same, but even though it's the same, it's not really at the same time. I have more chapters available, more stories to unfold, so many to see, but yet, we're still so far. What's this last one? Return to your beginning and slay her once and for all. Well, that's not importance. All those endings will come eventually. Well, for us, it's time to leave. But only for today. I hope you liked it, because this will be only the first game. Will it be 2 or 3 games? I maybe change my mind. Who knows? Maybe I'll do both games in the same day. Maybe I will not. In any case, this will be it for today. I hope you liked it. And, well, I guess I'm a bit of a sentimental. But this Halloween will always be the influence of blood, violence, and love. Because it's what I like. Ecological horror is what they call it. I call it more complex. Let's see if I can say it. No, I can't say it. Complex mix of feelings that you can't even understand yourself at some point. Beautiful soup of emotions, ready to be served. In any case, thank you for watching. I hope you had some interesting time. Because tomorrow, I hope tomorrow, we'll be here once again to see more. Will it be more love? Will it be more horror? Will it be a mix? Who knows? Well, I know, but you'll see. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow. Bye.